Hello, friends. This is Mike from Right Minded, and this time on Mike Tries, I'm looking at the digital SATs Bluebook UI. I'm just going to look at the app and, I don't know, give my first impressions of what the app looks like and how to use the UI and whatnot. I'm going to sign in. I'm a student. Oh God, I can't just use my, I can't just use my, all right, fine. Can't autofill. I don't know what the password is. I'm going to have to figure that out. Let's see. Was it College Board? I'm just going into my password manager right now and grabbing that password. Right. Sure. All right. So I've been in here before, and I've played around with UI a little bit already, so I have some thoughts, but I'm just going to kind of run through them mostly for my own purposes here, because I'm going to take a practice test later today. Um, right. So looks like you can see a lot of tests. I think these are actual SATs that you've taken in the past. Ones that you're registered for and ones that you've taken in the past, so you can see your results. That's fine. Same thing here. Seems like you can see previous practice tests, although apparently you can't see results unless you go to My SAT. So they're saying, so for the test preview, which is what we're going to be looking at, they don't. I got really frustrated with this. You can't see which questions you got wrong and right. So that's interesting and silly. There's just no way to see that. But you can see hopefully some detail of feedback on My SAT after you take the full length practice test. I don't know if they're going to give you an actual like score out of 1600 or not. They seem not to have settled yet on how they're going to do the scaled scoring, like how they're going to convert scores of of different kinds into scores out of 1800 for each section. So I don't know if they're going to give us a score out of 1600 or just tell us how many questions we got right or wrong. I hope they give us a relatively detailed breakdown. That would be nice. I mean, and it would be necessary if you want these practice tests to actually be good practice for people. Um, but okay, right. So you have to go to my SAT in order to see the results. So I'm just gonna hop in. It looks like they've got some like career stuff going on here. Yeah. I'm just gonna hop into the test preview. And this is just telling us that it's not timed and that if we have assistive technology, we should play around with it in here. So that's what I'm gonna do. Um, Right, so let's see, the UI, this directions thing is annoying and pop up here. You don't have to click close, you get to click anywhere and it'll go away, so that's nice. Um, yeah, so I guess I'll just say like things that have actually so far found useful. The shortcut, I'm on a Mac. The shortcut command and then plus and minus is zoom. And then if you hit command 0, that pops it back to 100, 100% zoom, which is good. You know, you can make the text bigger or smaller depending on how long the passage is or whatever. I'm probably going to be using that a lot because I'm going to be using like this as scratch paper when I make sort of videos for just so that I can see and the video can see what I'm writing in scratch paper. So I anticipate that when I do that, I might need to like I'll be reading it like here and it's pretty big, and then I pop it over here and now it's way too small or way too big. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit and then work on it. So those I think are actually useful shortcuts. Just command plus command minus is zoom. Um, let's see. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff is familiar from other tests if you've taken digital tests in other places before. Um, Worthy of noting that, oh, I wonder what this is. These little dashes. Oh, I wonder if that's question. We'll come back to that. I hope that that's maybe a marker of time or number of questions. It doesn't seem to be number of questions because there's way too many. But anyway, okay. So there's a couple different tools. First off, you can just click anywhere, and the answer choice is to select an answer choice. That's pretty obvious there. You can't click again to unselect the answer choice. So that's something. There's no penalty for guessing wrong on the SAT, so it's not the biggest deal. But just like something to know, you can't unselect. You can, I think, unselect somehow. Okay, so if you click up here, let me zoom in here. If you click this button, this is how you can go into, I'm going to cross shit out mode. And so you can unselect, so you can click these to cross these out, and it'll gray it out, which is nice, useful tool. And you can roundabout unselect answer choices by doing that. You click on this, and then you're gonna, double click on the select, and now you've got a blank thing again. That's, whatever. Look at all. I think these dashed lines. These are just how they're doing borders. I don't think it has much meaning. I hope it does though. It'd be cool. Um, all right, I'm not going to comment on the content. I've already done commentary on the content. That these questions are different or whatnot. I will repeat, though, that for sure in the reading section, you want to be reading the prompts first every time before you go to the stimulus, because depending on the prompt, what the prompt tells you to do is going to affect the way you're going to read this. Are you reading this for grammar, or are you reading it for meaning? Are you reading it for the structure, the role of a specific sentence, whatever? The lens that you're going to take onto this is going to be highly determined by the prompt, so you want to read this first. All right, another tool, you can mark things for review. I think this is going to show up here. So down at the bottom, we got question 1 of 8. You can skip around. We got, oh, this is the question that we're on now. These are unanswered questions. Is this going to change to an answered question when yeah, okay, so 1 is an answered question. And it's also, hey, look, it's flagged for review. And we should be able to click, yeah, okay. So we can go down here and click, go down here and click. This process is not the most smooth. I mean, they could just have the questions lined up down the bottom. That's how the LSAT does it. But, minor complaint. It looks like there's a little underline too for whatever problem you're currently on. And right, so, you can flag questions that were hard for you for review. And they show up there. Yeah, So I'm just going to look at, yeah, so one thing to say is that the annotation tool is trash, honestly. So it doesn't work. The first thing I tried was really click annotate. Well, you can't do that. You're not going to click annotate and then be able to, like, wouldn't it be nice if you could just click annotate and then, we're going to highlight this and then it'll get highlighted, and you'll highlight that and that'll get highlighted, that's not how it works. Instead, you have to highlight a thing and then you're going to go click annotate. And then there's this thing, oh, hey, like, let's make an annotation of this thing. It's going to automatically highlight it here. I hope they add to this, but they're like, hey, look, the highlight color is yellow, but you can't click on that to change it. So highlight color is yellow. And the underline style also similarly can't be changed. I imagine that's just because this is in beta. Hopefully they will eventually, introduce different colors. And if you have accommodations, and you have a ton of extra time, maybe it's worth being like, this is the name of the person, Yeah, just to note, right? And then what, can you click on this? Oh, ooh, look at that. Hold on. You can hover and see the note. Maybe useful if you have accommodations and you have extra time. Probably not useful if you don't have extra time, because this process just takes too long. I don't think, first off, 2 things. The passages are way shorter than they used to be. In the reading, one of the challenges used to be you've got this huge block of text that has no natural divisions in it other than paragraphs, and so it used to be really useful to annotate the text. And it's one of the things that we would teach for the kids. You're going to mark up certain things so that you can quickly return to them as you go. Here, the text is so short that the problem of like, oh, I'm going to waste a bunch of time looking for a concept that was once lost in the big block of text, that problem is no longer a thing anymore. So I think annotations are less useful from that perspective. And then the other thing is just that this process, like the literal series of clicks that you have to use in order to get an annotation on the page, is laborious. I'm reading along, especially since we are only using a trackpad. I have a mouse, but I'm kind of limiting myself to the trackpad for this video and probably for my test. It's laborious. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go over to annotate. I'm going to go here. I'm going to click save. That's what. So it's like a 1, 2, 3 click type thing instead of just being able to highlight. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. There are some, yeah, that's annoying too. There are some shortcuts that I think theoretically could make the process easier or faster. Although, to be honest, most of these shortcuts, okay, so this is the row for Mac. And there are different shortcuts, for different systems. I'm just going to look at the Mac ones because that's what I'm on right now. These are all command control. The command control ones are like, that's particularly weird because command is one key away from control. Like these are not easy one-handed shortcuts. Command Option T to show the timer is, there we go. And you can see the timer changing up here. Maybe people care about that, or you can just click hide, let's see what other ones, or maybe, yeah, so back and X, Command Control B and Command Control X to move around between, all right, Command Control B is back, and then Command Control X is next. Oh, right, it looks like they are, so it's hard to tell. Oh, right, my face is hiding this, but whenever you go to the next question, or to the back, the button grays out a little bit for a second. So here I'm hitting Command Control X, and you see it's like graying out, and this is limiting. I'm spamming this right now. I'm trying to run through the section. You can't do that. So if you're trying to rapidly go back a couple questions, you're gonna have to click, and skip. So more small things. I don't think these are helpful. I don't know about help, but I don't see how. Well, okay, what is help? Command Control H. What does the help do? Oh, it just shows various rules. This is certainly not something that you want to do. Oh, and this is poorly calibrated for my screen. I can't get to the, oh, there we go. It's gonna, okay. There are some bugs in this app. This app is a little bit, it's a little shitty. That's what you can kind of expect. I can't scroll here. It doesn't realize that I need to scroll. Man, I can see somebody getting caught in here. Is it possible to get, let's see if we can get stuck irrevocably in this menu. It doesn't seem like it. Well, okay, hold on. Okay, you can click X here. Okay, so there's no getting literally stuck in this because of this bug that they have where it's not adjusting to the size of my screen. So that's fine. You're gonna look at keyboard shortcuts. That's just the same thing. It's really funny that I can't. Oh no, I am stuck. Oh shit, look at this. I'm fucking stuck. How do I get it? Can I just click here? I can. Okay, okay, still though. Still, that's not great. All right, do I care much about any of these? I'll maybe come back to the calculator later. Submitting your answers, screen reader, screen modification. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so let's look at more shortcuts. I think there are a few that I care about. Oh, Command Option A is how to, and a Command Option, oh, that's not so bad. So you're gonna go like this, and then you're gonna Command Option A, and then you're gonna hit Enter. No, you're not gonna hit Enter. You're gonna hit, oh, this is me entering spaces. Okay, you're gonna have to click. And that's annoying. Can I undo? I can't undo. I can select all with Command A, but I can't undo. I can't Control Z, Command Z to undo. So that's annoying. Okay. And I imagine actually because I can Command A, that the reason why all of these shortcuts in the UI are so annoying, Command Option, Command Control, blah, 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 is that the normal shortcuts, copy, paste, Command C, Command V, all that stuff, doesn't seem to be blocked out in this software. That's why I'm selecting all. Actually, yeah, let's see if Command C works. I'm going to copy this, and then we're going to annotate and see if it pastes. No? No. So copy, paste doesn't work. Is that? Let's see if that's really true. Doesn't seem to work. Copy, paste. Copy paste doesn't seem to work. Okay. I swear there's another shortcut that's useful. The math reference sheet in the math section, Command Option R, maybe you want to use that. But yeah, these are the big ones. Command plus, minus, Command 0. These are good. I like them. These ones feel potentially useful for people who need accommodations because of fine motor skill needs. These are shortcuts that let you select or deselect the options. Oh, I guess you could deselect that way. Command Control 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see. Command Control 1, 2, click 2 again, it's going to deselect 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. That's clumsy as hell, though. You definitely just want to click if you can. And so once again, this is I'm stuck. I can't get all the. Where? Can I zoom it out? Ooh, I can zoom out. There we go. So this just doesn't scale. This is the same size no matter what. If you zoom out or in. What's this? Oh, this is showing answer choice D when I'm zoomed all the way out. All right, yeah, because we can kind of break this. Wow, we can really just break this menu when it's zoomed all the way in. So that's something awful. Like I could see this being a problem with somebody who has accommodations. You're reading. You need big text. This is just broken. You can't zoom in too far because this will just it'll ooh, no, it's just broken on that one. This app's still a little janky. There's lots of ways to just break it. Lots of little bugs in here. But yeah, okay, so like theoretically, you're reading and you like having this big text for whatever reason, maybe an eyesight thing or something like that, and you're interacting with the test in this way. You're going to open the help with what? Command Option H? Nope. That was a Mac shortcut to hide all my windows. Oh God. Command Control H? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I need to open up all my windows again. I just hid every single window. Okay, that's terrible. Right, okay. Yeah, and now here we are in this help menu, and we can't see any of the options because they're too big, and I can't scroll, so that's no good. So I'm going to fix that by zooming way out, and then I can. Ooh, can I get trapped in this way? No. Okay, I can't. All right, fine. All right. So tinkering around. Okay, any more shortcuts? I think once we're done with that, there's not much. Oh, we'll talk about the calculator. Expand and collapse left. Oh, yeah, this is something to play around with. Command, Control, L, and R. I don't think these options are, or sorry, I don't think these shortcuts are good. Also, it doesn't appear that this question admits of it. Oh, you can do this. Oh, that's kind of cool. Can you do that in every single question? Yeah, you can do this. That's kind of interesting. Command, Control, L. Command, Option L? Command, Control, L. R. Those are supposed to be the shortcuts for doing something like this. Command Control L, Command Control, expand / collapse left and right. This seems to be a separate function. Kind of cool, I suppose. Like kind of, ooh, I'm a little bit sad now that I can't get it right in the middle again. But okay, you can do that. I don't know. Let's see. We'll have to see if in the math maybe that works. Question, let's see if there's a question that like, yeah, this one doesn't. No. That one you can't do it for. Well, okay, we'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, let's go over the math. So we're gonna go. We could go next, but again, we can't spam this to get all the way to the end. When we want to end the section, we just go here, and then we say go to the review page. Check your work. On test day, you won't be able to move on to the next module until time expires. For these practice questions, you can click next when you're ready to move on. I wonder if this screen is going to show up on the actual practice test. That'd be interesting. It's like, hey, you didn't answer this question. You didn't answer this question. Go back. These are the ones you had for review. So like, this would be a nice little prompt for students of like, use all the time that you have. But okay, let's look at the math module. Again, they're going to pop up these instructions. What do these also? Are these also broken? No, these ones are not broken with the zoom. Nice. Let's go back to, this is 100% zoom where I'm at right now. Questions in the section address a number of important math skills. Now here, like usually, you're going to start the test and the first thing you're going to do is just click away from this. Yeah, okay, so one small change that they've made, this is all the same stuff, but one small change is that you can do negative numbers now. You are allowed, you're allowed to input negative numbers. That was not true for the previous tests. So you can do negative numbers. This stuff has stayed the same. If there's an infinitely repeating decimal that represents a fraction, like 2/3, you can't end early. You can't go 0.67. You have to fill up all of your allowed space with 6s and 7s. And no mixed numbers. 3 and a half doesn't work. This is going to read as 31 halves. But that's always been there. Right, okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. and talk about, can we collapse left and right now? No. Can we, are these anything? Can we collapse? These don't seem like it's going to be any collapsing going on, so, ooh, collapse, 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 no. All right, well, nobody knows what collapsing is. You know, hit me up in the comments if you figure it out. Oh, here's, oh, shouldn't we be able to, so this is the first, I guess, student produced response right here. And so it's going to come with all of these directions. I would love to collapse those, but we can't. So, fine. Let's go back to question 1. So same things here. You can mark things for review. And I mean, is this multiple choice? Yeah, this is multiple choice. This is going to work the exact same way where you can eliminate things and whatnot. Less super needed for the math, because for the most part in the math, you want to just like get the right answer, you know. But okay, let's talk about the, oh yeah, up here, this reference sheet. This is the same. Is this also fucking broken? Whoa, hey, 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 come on now. Man, this is not that zoomed in and it's already broken. Can I just click away? Oh, I can't fucking click away. Man, this is buggy. That's a bad bug. Okay. Yeah, okay, so you can move it around. Still though. I can collapse this. Can I just make this smaller in any way? I can drag it. I can drag the, no? What is this? This icon doesn't mean anything. Doesn't actually work. This works. This hand works. I don't exactly know what this means. Can I dock it to anything? No. Okay. Well, that's a little troubling that this gets. Oh boy. Oh God. Can I hide it off screen? Oh, I'm so screwed now. Oh, I'm good. Okay, it's gonna pop back and in broken form. Great. Okay, wait. So what was the fix? Okay. 2 fixes. I could zoom out, or I could drag it over here and close it. All right. This kind of stupid. Let's see. I'm gonna drag it over here, collapse it, and then close it, and then next time I hit reference, it's still broken. Okay. This is janky. This is a janky UI. All right. Anyway, though, this reference sheet is the same exact one, I think, from the previous version of the SAT. I can't remember if it had these 3 facts, but I don't remember these 3 facts being in there, so maybe those are new. But I don't know. I could just be forgetting. All of this stuff. All of this stuff? Yeah, all of this stuff was in there, though. All right, so this reference, what's the shortcut for the reference? Wait, hold on. It's Command Control R. No, it's Command Option R. Command Option R for the reference. All these buttons, you can just click this button. Oh, God. Okay, actually. All right, Command Option R, everybody. You got to remember that one because otherwise you're not putting this reference sheet away very easily, unless you're zoomed way out, and then you can. How zoomed out? Okay, 100%. At 100%, it's scaled perfectly, and if you zoom anywhere more than 100%, you're not fucked, but it's like screw you. All right, cool. Let's talk about the calculator. Now, I've been getting a bug that is not appearing right now, but is kind of worrisome for me, and because I don't know what causes it. But I've been getting a bug where I can't click these buttons anymore, like physically with my mouse. I can enter stuff, but I just at certain points, in previous days when I've been screwing around with this thing, I have lost the ability to click these various buttons after doing something that I don't know what it is. I've been trying to think about like what causes that bug because it seems like it is a really awful one. It's really severely limiting in terms of how you can use the calculator. So for what it's worth, right? Like I don't know what it is about my system. Maybe it's an app that I'm using in the background. Maybe it's, oh, I closed that app in the minimization purge. Yeah, right. Maybe it's related to this app that I've been using in the background, or something. I don't know, but if other students are experiencing it at any point, it could be potentially catastrophic. We'll see if it comes up here. I mean, maybe it just won't. I'm like praying it doesn't come up to my practice test though. That would be pretty bad. but okay, so we're going to expand this, and this calculator is just Desmos. If you are familiar with Desmos, then you'll be like, oh my God, this is amazing, we get to use Desmos. But I'm not actually like good with Desmos, but you can click on this little thing, show keypad, and can we zoom in? Good. Zooming in also breaks Desmos, so you can't zoom in that far. But yeah, so you can just use this like a normal calculator, and it'll do this. I haven't figured out how to, like, what I want to do is go 78 plus 88 is 166, and then like on a calculator, you could just go plus, 3, and it would be like, oh, that's 169. But you can't do that here. That my inability to do that might just be because I don't know how to use Desmos well. Like Desmos is a cool tool. I like the Desmos people. I imagine there's some shortcut. Can you go answer? I doubt that's, no. All right. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, hey, there we go. Now the bug has happened, and I can't click these buttons anymore. What the hell? What the hell? So now I'm screwed. What did I do? What did I do, I was clicking this, and then I was like, +3. And then I was like, can I? Yeah, so, and this is weird. I can click these. I just can't click any buttons. These buttons no longer respond to my shit. I can't hide the keypad, I can't look at the settings. I can't demonstrate the settings. So that's pretty terrible. This is a catastrophic. And yeah, on the actual test, it's catastrophic because there are a lot of really useful functions in here that I suppose I'm gonna have to, yeah, like the square root. Can I go like that? There's workarounds, but not great. Like this is not great to have to know the workarounds. Yeah, I can't click absolute values. I can go like that, I suppose. I know how to write these bars, and so I can say absolute value, but I can't quickly close these calculations, which is really terrible. So, shit. Well, I guess I'm kind of glad that this bug showed itself, but heads up for this horrific bug. They goddamn better well fix it before the day of the actual test. Yeah, so, yeah, and it's gonna persist throughout various, common sense fixes. Now I'm just screwed. Am I just screwed? Can I type a number and have this keypad show up? I'm just no keypad anymore for my whole life? No adding things, no undoing. Can I undo? Ooh, you can undo with Control Z. Wait, 4 plus 7. Undo, 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 undo. Okay. Oh, hey, cool. So you can undo and redo with Control Z and Control Y. Control Y. All right, so you can do that. But you still have a terrible bug. All right, so the only fix that I found for this bug is to just completely quit the Bluebook app and then restart it. So here we are restarting it. That's not great as a fix to have to do live. I'm anticipating that I might have to actually do that live when I take my practice test later today. But okay, so we're just going to zip on over to the math again. And are we fixed? Functions? Yeah, okay, cool. So, in the limited time that I have with a working calculator, let's look at the actual, can I expand this further? I can zoom in and make it bigger. Yeah, can I zoom in one more time and make it bigger without breaking it? Yes. Okay. Oh, and it's broken again. No way. What? Is it just lagging? No, it's broken. It's broken again. It's broken again. Wow. All right, we're going to do it one more time. And because I just want to preview some of the functions that I think are useful. This is going to really impact. I was planning to use Desmos as the calculator for the math section, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with doing that if it doesn't work, That one broke so quick. Why did it break? What was I doing? I was doing totally different stuff. I zoomed and that broke it? Okay, it's working, it's working. Zoom. It's broken. Oh, does it only work? Huh. It only works when you're at normal zoom. Now it doesn't work. Oh, that's terrible. That's atrocious. That is an atrocious feature. It's cool that I figured this out, but that's a terrible, awful bug. I don't know if it only applies to computers like mine or whatever. If it's super situational, feels terrible though. So yeah, so for reference, right, I'm zoomed in at 100%. I hit Command 0. We're at 100% now. I'm gonna zoom in a tiny little bit, and now I'm fucked. No, no, can't do anything. Now I'm gonna zoom back out, and I'm good again. Great. All right, well, so watch out for that bug. That's a terrible bug. All right, so I'm gonna look at some of these other uh, tools now and just preview them. So radians versus degrees lives in this wrench. You can make the display bigger, which is nice alternative to zoom potentially. You can do ooh, dark mode. That's kind of cool. That's some hipster shit. What do the graphs look like? Y equals 3x plus 6. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, here I'm zooming in and out on the graph. Scrolling up and down. I'm doing the like Mac shortcut, but you can just scroll up and down to zoom in and out, kind of like Google Maps or whatever. So that's kind of convenient. I mean, the Desmos part of this, that is Desmos and not Desmos living inside this janky app, is fantastic because Desmos is fantastic. Um, yeah, just a side content note. For sure, we're going to need to be teaching kids how to use Desmos. In the few questions that I've looked at, there are a few that, or there are like a couple notable ones where for sure the fastest way to do them is to use Desmos. Um, let's see, yeah, this is an example of that. I do this really quickly in my other video where I was looking at sample questions, but just as a reference, this question is one that you would normally have to set up with a system of two equations, both of which feature these decimal points. It's like 5.5r plus 3b equals 37, et cetera. And you have these two equations. Solving it algebraically is like kind of a mess. And the alternative is just to put them both into Desmos. So we're going to, let's see, can I do this easily? I want to shove this, I want to get this over here. How do I do that? Collapse. I can't collapse anything. Get over, go over there. No. Oh no, where did Desmos go? Is Desmos gone? No, Desmos just is, oh, uh, get, yeah, little jank, cut, come on, scroll over, get the fuck, all right, whatever. So I'm gonna put it down here. Anyway, the idea for how to do this, oh, I'm zoomed, and so I can't do anything. Can I just not do anything at all forever now? Whoa, whoa. Hey, I'm zoomed in the correct place. Let me click on something. What? Is it if you move it at all you can't do shit? It works. It still works. All right, so I don't know what was going on there. I want to expand it. Can I do stuff still? Yes, I can. All right, I don't know why that wasn't. I don't know why that wasn't working. Anyway, what am I doing? Oh, right, yeah. So the idea for how to put this into Desmos is that you're going to, so this is R and B, and so I'm just going to say that R is the x-axis, and no. And then I'm going to say that B is the y-axis. And then I'm just going to go 5.5 R plus 3B equals, oh, no, sorry, not R's and B's, X's and Y's. X 5.5x plus 3y equals, what is it, 37. And then for this one, I'm going to say it's, what is it, 6.5x plus, what is it, 8b equals 66. And then we're going to graph both of them. Nope, b is y. Yeah, and then we're going to graph both of them, and then this point 4, 5 is the point where they intersect. This question asks about pints of blackberries. That's B. That's the Y coordinate. So the answer is 5. That's for sure faster than doing it the algebraic way. All to say that that wasn't always true on the previous version of the SAT. I think like the graphing functions on these kind of calculators are a little bit more clumsy, and so more often than not, it would be like fine, totally fine to do it algebraically. The advantage for using the calculator in some of the sample questions I've seen is larger than it previously has been, in my opinion. Okay, any other things to talk about? Oh yeah, I guess on the calculator there's some other functions to talk about. Um, some really useful ones that I haven't fully explored because I'm not that good with Desmos, but so there's trig functions, and that's good. The chances are kind of low that you actually would need to use these trig functions. I don't know what they're covering on this version of the test, but on the previous version of the test, you're not actually really doing sine and stuff calculations. You're mostly just playing with like basic trig identities, like knowing that the sine of one angle is the cosine of another angle, like in a right triangle, shit like that, where it's like basic concepts. You're not actually doing calculations. But this is pretty cool. Check this out. I don't know how the length one works, but I think you can figure out the length of a line. I don't know the syntax for how you use this one, but check mean out. Mean is one I figured out. Like, oh, let's look at the mean of like 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9, and it's just going to show you the mean right there. Look at that. I wonder if you can do because of the median one too. And can I give it one that's out of order? 7, 7, 6, 50, 51, 2, 4, and that's 6. Yeah, so you can give it stuff that's out of order, and it'll tell you the median in the data set. Those functions are kind of cool. All of these stat functions, I think, are kind of cool. I don't think many of the other ones are necessary. Like, surely it's not going to cover t-scores, for example. But, well, total could be good. I don't know. Playing around with this seems potentially useful. This probably doesn't seem useful. Maybe not, though. Maybe there's some gold in there. Greatest common denominator. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Greatest common denominator. Like, what do we want to feed this? Greatest common denominator is like, we want to feed this like 3 over 4 and like 6 over 11 and ask what the greatest common denominator. Dude, I like am not remembering what a greatest common denominator is. 1? I'm like too stupid to know what is the greatest common denominator. All right, let's look at least common factor because I remember what this is. Wait, least common multiple. Yeah, of like, okay, 2 and 3, this should be 6, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I'm just gonna look up greatest common denominator real quick because I don't remember what it is. Greatest common denominator, greatest common factor is the greatest common divisor. Aha, right, I see. So you have two numbers, like 60 and 120, and oh, this is least common multiple, sorry. Right, greatest common denominator, you have a 60 and 120, and it's going to tell you the biggest number that you can divide both of these by. Mathematics, right. Let's see. So, okay, maybe this is useful in edge cases, I doubt it. You're definitely not going to need to use these. Percent maybe is useful. There's a key for that. Yeah, okay. Anyway, suffice to say, these functions are worth looking into. I imagine that over the course of my review of Desmos and just getting better at Desmos, like some of these functions will prove actually quite useful. Aside from that, noting that absolute value exists, which is it's pretty nice. You can do like advanced absolute value calculations and see absolute value graphs, that's pretty cool. Absolute value, I think, is one of the sleeper concepts from the old SAT that showed up not very often, was not explicitly taught. It wasn't treated as a category in the Khan Academy practice, and I think is being given more serious treatment in this new version of the SAT. So it's good that we have a calculator, that is able to handle that. Okay, I think that's it with respect to my thoughts on the UI. Next up is going to come practice test. I think I'm just gonna roll right into doing a practice test right now. So wish me luck, friends. Later.